Assalamu alaikum, everybody. This is your Arabic teacher Sam. I pray that you guys have had an absolutely amazing week and you're in the best of health. So, in this episode of Useful Fridays, we're just going over another little passage from Arabic Workshop. Of course, those are our partners, and they have an absolutely amazing resource over there, which you can get 10% off if you went to Arabic with Sam 10 at checkout. And you can use my link in the description below as well, just to make it nice and quick for you. So let's get into it. So I've taken a little passage from level 6. There's 15 lessons, 15 levels, I believe, in Arabic Workshop. They go from some of the very beginner stuff that we've covered in this series, from asking people about where their passport is and about, getting a gold star and learning the shapes at school and stuff like that, all the way up to lessons that are completely in Arabic, transcribed completely in Arabic, and some pretty advanced stuff about expressing your opinions and discussions about political stuff and about culture. So anyway, in this lesson we're talking about the snowman, although most of the lesson isn't actually about that, but it is kind of around the snow, and it's a lesson that will resonate particularly with people who live here in the UK, but maybe to you guys who live in Canada and the USA as well, but I don't know if it's as much the case for you guys of having there's kind of a beauty around snow days. We call them snow days here in the UK. We haven't had them for ages now, but growing up I remember how exciting it would be in the morning when you woke up and you think you have to go to school and everything, and it's so cold. You look outside and it's snowing, and you've probably got the day off school. That's a little bit of a dream come true for us who grew up here in the UK. And I've got, most people who grow up in the UK, we have really nice memories of at least a few times getting a day off school or whatever because it was snowing. So this is called rajulu thalji. The snowman, Rajulu Thalji, that's the name of the lesson. The man of the snow, Rajulu Thalji. Thalj means ice as well. It's the same word. I mean, in environments, if a language evolves in an environment, it doesn't have so much of a need for specific words for cold stuff if it's a very hot environment, right? I've heard, I don't know, but I've heard like Eskimos have 50 words for snow, which they would because it's relevant to them. Arabs have hundreds of words for camel, right, because it's relevant to them. Somali has that as well because it's relevant to them. So cool. But thelj is it doesn't mean an iceman though. It means a snowman, right? Ice. It's not talking about a superhero called Iceman or something. Very nice. What's the next bit? Okay. استيقظت صباحا على صوت أمي. Okay, that's what it says next. استيقظت صباحا على صوت أمي. So this verb استيقظ, present tense يستيقظ, and then past tense أنا استيقظت. It's a form 10 verb, meaning to wake up, and it's very useful. وقت الاستيقاظ would be like time, the waking up time, right? Excuse me, and so present tense أستيقظ if it's present tense. سوف أستيقظ, I will wake up. And then you don't need to say في a certain hour, right? You can just say الساعة التاسعة or whatever at 9 o'clock or whatever. الساعة السادسة at 6 o'clock or whatever. So there are other verbs and other words from that same root though. Like the word أيقاظ that is in Suratul Kahf, I believe. It must be. وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَيْقَاظًا وَهُمْ رُقُودٌ. There's a passage, it must be from Suratul Kahf, just from the story of it, but وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَيْقَاظًا, you would think that they were awake, you would think that they were up and at it, right? وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَيْقَاظًا وَهُمْ رُقُودٌ. But, it's actually about the people who are in the cave. If you were to come across them, you would think that they were awake. Do you know what I mean? It's how Allah made them move to keep them alive for such a long time in the cave, because they lived 300 years or something. So that's the verb استيقظ, يستيقظ. Very useful one, especially those of you guys who are doing your GCSE and you need to talk about your daily routine and stuff like that. And those of you who are not and are using it in the real world, really useful as well. صباحا, I mean, it could have quite easily, the script writers at Arabic Workshop could have easily said استيقظت في الصباح, right? But they chose to say صباحا. And when you use double fathas on a word like that, you're kind of, it's a word of time, right? And actually most words are like that, any word of time really. I mean, when you say غدا, right, for tomorrow, right, it has two fathas at the end because that's kind of the case for the words of time. And even when you say that you're doing something today, and you say اليوم, when you write that, that'll have a fatha on the end. اليوم, you know, because it's because it's something of time. So استيقظت صباحا. I woke up صباحا. I woke up in a morning way. If you're, you know, I don't know, a student or something, and maybe you sleep a lot through the day, you could say استيقظت ليلا, like I woke up in the night, right? Or hypothetically you could. When you استيقظ على something, which is what this is saying, it's saying استيقظت صباحا على something. When you say استيقظ على, you're saying you woke up to something. You woke up to the sound of something in this case. So استيقظت صباحا على صوت أمي is what it's saying. Is I woke up صباحا in a morning way على صوتي, to the voice, to the salt can mean a sound and it can mean a voice as well. It's the same word for both. And أصوات is the plural, meaning sounds or voices. على صوت أمي, as it's a human, right? We assume it's a voice, right? I mean, I don't have the rest of the context here, so if it's just that, I think it's a voice. So the voice of my mother, right? Saying I woke up in the morning to the voice of my mother, right? Or it could be in English, we could say something like I woke up in the morning to the sound of my mother doing something, right? If she's, you know, rattling around downstairs, or if she's, I don't know, telling off your siblings or whatever, right? So, ala salti, because sometimes you, in Arabic, to ask someone to like raise their voice, you'll say to them like irfa' saltak, like raise your voice, irfa' saltak. And yeah, I remember like when I was in Palestine, when we were at university out there, we kind of got paired up with people who kind of look after us and stuff when we were around the campus and everything. And the guy who I was with would often try to speak English to me. And like there'd be other lessons going on and stuff, and he'd say to me, like, lower your sound, he would say to me, because salt means both, doesn't it? It means sound and it means voice. So like, if he looks up the meaning of the word salt, he might come across the word sound instead, and it'd say things to me like, raise your sound, lower your sound, right? When what he really means is lower your voice. But as I say, they're both the same word in Arabic. What are our new words for today? Rajul and thalj, man and snow. استيقظ, the verb استيقظ, meaning to wake up. Sabah, sabah is the morning. Ala, upon, or in this case, we should really learn that as a pair, actually. We should really learn استيقظ على, to wake up to something. Salty, a voice or a sound. Ummi means my mother. The E on the end is my mother. Ummi, if it was your mother, ummika, it would be your mother, or ummiki if you're a woman, or ummiha if it's her mother, or ummihi if it's his mother. And that's everything for this video. Don't forget to get your 10% off at Arabic Workshop by using Arabic with Sam 10, and I hope you enjoy that if you get yourself stuck in. I've invited you guys a few times to put in the comments below what you think of that resource if you have joined it, because it'd be quite nice for you guys to let other people know how good it is, because it's there's nothing else that's really gone to the lengths that Arabic Workshop has. You know, obviously I'm friends with the CEO of Arabic Workshop, and there's other members of the team that I've met and stuff before, and I even have a whole episode of the Sam of Somalia show, and it also went on the podcast as well, of me having a chat with him about Arabic Workshop. We spoke for over an hour, I think, about it, so that's a really cool episode. I'll put a link to it. I think I can put one of those cards up here, or if we're getting to the end of the video, I'll also have it up here next to me somewhere. Wherever there's enough space, I'll put a link to it up here as well. So enjoy that, and enjoy your weekend. See you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.